Harry Truman's place, right up the walk there. Presidential Gates, 1906, is still an active presidential residence. So there'll be more presidents stay in the future, but just the 5 so far. Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Carter, Clinton. And then coming up on the left is the second largest banyan tree in Florida. Banyan trees have area roots hang out of the branches. They form new trunks when they contact the ground. See that up the driveway there, that banyan tree? That's the same banyan tree as this one in the front yard.
Okay.
A branch went over the house and dropped down roots. See the new trunks right here? Aerial roots. Second largest banyan tree in Florida. Thomas Edison planted one in Fort Myers, Florida. Is a little bigger than ours. And then India is where the largest banyan tree in the world is. It's a 4-acre tree. Just kept on dropping new roots down. It's as big as the post office parking lot. 4 acres, 1 tree. We love ours though. It's the second largest in Florida.
Second largest. Oh my gosh.
It's a member of the ficus family, banyan trees. Okay, right up here at this intersection, Sarah, see here, it says begin on Route 1 North, America's first highway. Mile marker 0 right here is the most photographed street sign in Florida. They line up here on most days. I don't see a lot today. A couple people though. It's the most photographed street sign in Florida. It's also the most stolen street sign in Florida. They steal these zeros all the time. Once a month those zeros are gone. I don't know why they steal them. You can buy them right there at the end of the road gift shop. The most stolen and photographed street sign in Florida right there. Mile marker 0. 2,200 miles to the other end. Port Kent, Maine. 2209 to the north end of this highway. Alright, we're going to turn right, taking out onto the Navy base. That's active Navy out there. That's why I'm a native. I'm a Navy brat. My dad's ship was stationed. In fact, it was docked right where yours is right now. The USS Noah, docked right where yours is right now, for 14 years. My dad was an ASW instructor, anti-submarine warfare. It was a big sub base, too. In fact, that's why most of the Navy left in the early 70s, was the new class of nuclear submarines were too big for the shallow harbor, the nuclear submarines. But when I was a kid, everyone you see here was in uniform. Key West was just one big Navy base. Tourism didn't start until 1980. Before that, all Navy. The Navy SEALs still train out here, so there's still lots of Navy here. The early 70s, most of them left, but the Navy SEALs train their underwater navigation basin. My dad's ASW school, so there's still some Navy out here, but not like it was, like I said, in the heyday. The whole island was military. What else? Yeah, I grew up out there, right next to your ship, fishing. Give a boy a fishing rod, you don't need a babysitter. I did a lot of fishing right there by your ship. Caught fish bigger than me, right there. Tartman. The Green Parrot Bar on the far left is a local icon for live music. Best live music on the island since 1890, the Green Parrot. Jimmy Buffett used to play there. Other national acts still do. During World War II, it was a military bunker-style bar called the Brown Derby during World War II. Thank you.
Cha-cha.
All right. There's the original entrance to the Navy base up there. Actually, it started as an Army base. Fort Zachary Taylor in 1845. The Navy took over in 1947. 47 to 74, a huge Navy base. I'll show you a piece of Fort Zachary Taylor. It's a museum now run by the Parks Commission, a Civil War museum. We'll see a piece of it when we get out there. 1845. This is where we'll be leaving Old Town Key West. This is Old Town Key West, 1828. If you took the trolley tours, I saw some of you did, you saw Newtown Key West. That was all man-made. The Navy was dredging and filling between 1940 and 72. They doubled the size of the island to accommodate troops and equipment for the war. 25,000 troops came to Key West for World War II. Right into Newtown, man-made Newtown. These used to be military administration offices, Navy administration, masonry buildings. Today, they knocked them all down. They're all $1 million condos. These little tiny things, $1 million bucks. So Key West is like really expensive. I don't think there's anything in Key West for under $1 million. Not even close. Harry Truman's little White House, that's the back way to get to it. And the first National Weather Service Center in the States is right down that road.
$1 million.
This Coast Guard ship up here, you saw it from your ship, it's the USCG Hingham. It's retired, it's a museum now. It's one of the most decorated Coast Guard ships in the history of the Coast Guard, the Hingham. It's a museum and it's also a bar. We don't have enough bars down on Duval Street. We had to turn the Coast Guard ship into a bar on the Fantail there. We got our farmers market going on today. That's what all that is. This used to be Navy property, but luckily, not $1 million condos. The residents got something out of the deal. Nice big park.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
The water park there for the kids. It's really nice. It's not all that old. That's all Navy in front of us on the left side. My dad's ASW school on the left. Those communication towers are still working today. They monitor communications for the Navy throughout the entire Caribbean. This station here, they support Naval Air Station Boca Chica. It's just a couple islands up. F-22s and F-18s. You watch the skies, you'll see some F-22s. They're flying over every day. We're going to go through this checkpoint up here around the corner. A couple officers are going to come on board. They're going to want to see your ship ID and your picture ID or your passport. So have those two things ready. We'll get through this checkpoint pretty quick. Ship ID and picture ID to go with it. Just like I said, a secure base. They want to see everyone's ID. The Navy SEALs barracks over there on the left. I told you the SEALs trained in this basin right here. My dad actually used to live in this one up here, 1351, before I was born, but those are the singles. I grew up in Sigsbee Park Navy housing out in Newtown. But those are still barracks today.